Hey guys, I'm going to try to start making videos more often. I promise I'm actually going to start talking about identity, yada yada yada, just explaining, yeah. I feel like I'm a lot less somber sounding in this one, but I don't know. I'll have to listen to it. We'll see. I'm also going to try some new things like editing and, like I said, just putting a little more time into this. Make it much more of a creative outlet than I have before. If I get people to watch it, cool. If not, doing it for me. Yeah, but that being said, if you do end up watching this, because I think a couple people subscribed, which surprised me, and there's anything you want me to talk about in the future, anything like that, advice, questions you have about me, anything like that, feel free to post it on the bottom comments. And yeah, I'll either reply there or in a video. So, identity. Actually been thinking a decent amount about this, because I realized multiple times while I've been driving, you know, I dance in my car, sing. You don't want to hear me sing, trust me. And I'm just goofy, because I have a wicked long commute, which, if you can't guess where I'm from in the States, wicked might have just given you a little bit of a hint. I have been sitting in the car and I've just been like, you know, I am really weird. Which I'm cool with it. And I just think that's funny, because who wants to be normal? Personal opinion, people might disagree with me, but I feel like if everybody was normal, life would be very boring. So, now on to like the serious topic of identity, but that was just some little tangent that brought me here, and yeah. Little high energy, if you hadn't noticed, like the hands and the, this will be fun to edit. Okay. So right, identity, and I'm not talking about just gender, sexual, religious, things like that. Identity as a whole is like an interesting thing. So, from my experience in life, we as the human race just have this desire to know who we are. And from what I've seen, you will never reach that point, because identity is something that's ever evolving. And each person is made up of so many multifaceted aspects, and each aspect has its own weight in the person's life. So I'm a runner, for instance. So I'm a runner, for instance. And that may weigh more in my life than, say, another runner's, or it may weigh less in my life than another runner's. But it's still some aspect of my identity. Like, I had somebody who, I think I mentioned this in one of my other videos, I don't know, I haven't watched it, because I think it's really weird to watch myself on screen, that I had a friend who thought that gender identity and sexuality are two of the biggest identifying factors for a person's identity. For me personally, that is not true. I would say the fact that I identify as a male and the fact that I identify as bisexual are only little bitty parts of my identity. Just, for me, I view it as my sexuality doesn't define any of my other characteristics. It's independent of itself. Talking about this with one of my roommates, a friend, coupled with the fact that I am soon to be leaving the East Coast and headed to the West, relatively soon, hopefully. Everything works out with, like, transfer of my professional license, fun things like that. I was talking to my friend, and I was like, I don't want people to think that the reason why I'm leaving is because of the fact that I came out as bisexual. And Because I was like, that's not the reason I'm leaving. Again, I see that as just an aspect of my identity, not as like a full, all-encompassing thing. And his response was, "Who cares?" And you know what? That's right. Who cares? Who gives a enter expletive here? So that, again, just kind of made me start thinking about identity, and I realized kind of like I've been thinking through, and this is my own little thought process, but I know I guess it helps me. Identity, whether you're looking at it from like a Christian or a non-Christian or whatever perspective, comes from what you give power to in your life. I guess that's what I think. So everybody has insecurities. Doesn't necessarily make them an insecure person. What makes you an insecure person is how you respond to those insecurities. So a lot of things in our lives will play into our identity, because it's made up of so many little pieces, whether it's your gender identity, your sexuality, your religious identity, your cultural identity. There's so many aspects that kind of play in, and then how that affects you is how much weight, so if you don't want to use power, how much weight, strength you give to each of those. And so we do have the freedom to do just what my roommate said, and just, who cares that what other people think, that if somebody were to think, oh, he's abandoning his faith because he's going to go pursue this ungodly relationship, which that's their opinion. That doesn't change who I am. You shouldn't let other people, and this is much easier said than done, and I don't want it to be like this is a self-help video, I just need to give myself all the power, and because I don't really buy into that stuff. Things are going to affect you, they're going to affect your identity. How we respond to our situations is what really gets us and really shapes who we are. But temporarily, you're going to be shaken up. Your identity is constantly going to be changing, and that's a great thing. You're going to be developing, because if you're stuck in the same place, I don't think that's necessarily a healthy place. I don't want to be the same person I am today in 10 years, because that's a stalemate. I want to be more myself. I want to be freer. I want to be in another stage of life. I want to have had new experiences. And so for anybody, I don't want to make all these videos about struggles. They're just random beliefs, because I'm not really struggling with my identity. But for those of you who are, that's okay. That's a great thing. That's a good place to be. And I would say just keep struggling through it. Get people there who are going to support you. And as much as you are able, because not everybody, myself included, this is something that's hard for me to do, can just say, forget what they think. But get those people around you who are going to support you in what you're doing. So my general conclusion is, you gotta be you. I feel like this is crooked. Yeah. Whether you feel like you're weird, normal, extraordinary, whatever it might be, you just gotta be you, and love the people around you. Find people in your life who are going to support you and help you keep growing in who you actually are. And yeah, it's okay to not know who you are, because it's going to change. Some of the core things may stay the same, but how it is reflected may change. And yeah, just get people around you who are going to love you, who you can love. Support people who don't know who they are. And yeah, just love's a good thing. As people struggle to find out who they are, and as you struggle to find out who you are, just go with it. So, any questions, thoughts, comments, concerns? Did I do a crappy job editing? Anything like that, feel free to comment, post, all that stuff. I'm working on what I want to do content-wise, because I do want this to really be a creative outlet for myself, because I enjoy it. And yeah, so anything helps. Have a fantastic day, night, weekends, week, whatever happens, whenever you watch this. Bye.